What is the most powerful trait we have? You need power, speed. Let your imagination do the rest.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.
Boxing King Media, Spencer Fearon. How are you? It's late at night, and I thought I need to get your reaction to something that you kind of briefly mentioned to me a couple of days ago. Well, yesterday, not a couple of days ago, with regards to the fallout from the Usyk-Dubois fight. We've seen it kind of make the mainstream news in the last few hours, so I just wanted to get your reaction from it. So, obviously, you know what I'm talking about, this whole incident regarding Daniel arriving late at the venue. I
I
think,
told you this yesterday, though.
yeah, but you mentioned something about
Fantastic
cars.
interview.
You said something about cars.
Yeah, I did say something about cars, and that they turned up and got a plethora of people that went to the fight. And off of the back of that, I was saying I mentioned yesterday on my show with Babatunde Ajayi that they had a party, and that's what they did. They had a party before the fight, but this is nothing new because they had a party. They had a party before the Joshua fight, but it weren't really a party. It was like a gathering for the Joshua fight. It was a gathering to raise your morale. Now things are all gone potty now because now that he at the time he was seen as the proper IBF champion because he beat Joshua. So as he beat Joshua, his stock has risen, and the same thing, you get loads of hangers on. And that's what's happened because everybody wanted to be there. Yeah, well, with the champ, and stuff like that. But yeah, I knew, I knew this happened. But I wanted to keep it solely to the fight and everything else surrounding the fight. But yeah, this is what happens right now. I know that there was what 70 people there, if not more, right? But if you looked at it, it was a lot of roadman inside his house, right? So I know everybody must have been drinking Dragon Stout and Red Stripe. I
What
mean,
define a roadman? Because there'll be somebody watching this thinking, what does it mean, roadman?
I don't need to define it. You know what I mean? Let them go Google it. Hey, what do you think I am? Right? So this is what I'm trying to say. So I said, like, if you don't delegate positions, you will get relegated. Right? And I'm seeing like of this of what who's his manager? His manager's actually a nice guy. He's business manager.
Riz?
Riz Khan.
Yeah.
Riz Khan. Actually a nice enough man. He's not a boxing person, right? But he's a very, very wealthy business person. I know for a fact that you couldn't say nothing to Stan, meaning Daniel Dubois' dad, about all of these kind of stuff. I know that for a fact that you can't. Because you have to have somebody from the culture to reprimand the culture. You're out of the culture. So you can't really talk about, oh well, these preparation, blah, because also you was around when he fought Anthony Joshua and it worked. Right? But a fight of this significance and this importance, I wouldn't have a party before the fight. Where's your concentration going to be? Your concentration cannot be on the fight like that. That's not going to raise your morale. And then afterwards, and you heard Simon Jordan talk about it, and Daniel Dubois was outside. I told you this yesterday. Daniel Dubois was outside the venue for about half an hour, 45 minutes, while his dad was sorting out tickets to people. He was sat there in the V class, while people were, while his dad was giving out tickets to people. You're a heavyweight champion of the world. You're meant to be inside the arena. So all of this is craziness. There is craziness.
How do you know about this bit in regards? Because I didn't know that. So he was sat in the veto whilst they were sorting the ticket situation out.
Yeah. I know one of the drivers. And you know what I mean, I'm not gunning the dad like that because I'm not going to try to kick anyone when they were down. But I just think the whole thing was just badly organized. And I understand when you have a commodity, Frank Warren has a commodity like this, who was at the time heavyweight champion. Like, you can't really give the orders that you want to give, right? and somebody needed to take the bull by the horns, and nobody did. And yeah, um, it was the whole thing was shambolic.
Okay. With regards to the party, obviously there's a video that's come out now. Have you seen that?
I've seen it. I've just posted it on my page.
Who are these people? Do you recognize any of them?
No, I think one of them's a Nigerian rapper. You know what I mean? But no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm getting old now. You know what I mean? I don't know these young kids. But I know for a fact, like, um, I've never seen a pre-fight party before. Never in box. All my years in boxing, I've never seen a pre-fight party.
I know you
Right?
said they did something like this with the AJ fight. So could it be an element of it worked that time and
Well, it was totally different. At the AJ fight, it was like family and friends there. You're saying like, now you've got this new notoriety of stardom. It's a different kind of thing. Now we got to get this guy here. He's got how many people on Instagram? He's got to be there, and this one's got to be there. And blah. No, I wouldn't have had that at all. At all, I wouldn't have that. You know what I mean? And that's where I know like it has been shambolic, right? Because you're concentrating on other things. So no. Um, you know, fight days from experience and from being around quality guys. Come fight day, you want to be totally zoned in, right? Because you got to study the greats because they leave clues. And you mean, no matter how flamboyant Prince Nassim Hamid was, yeah, come fight night, he was switched on, right? Go look at him. Floyd Mayweather, come fight day, he's so switched on and so edgy that his team around him are so switched on and edgy. I mean, I've been fortunate to be around Leonard Ellaby a lot. When Floyd was at his height, so I got to America to go watch the fights and that. And edgy wasn't the word how he was. So, you know, is what it is, man. Is what it is. But I would turn around and say that this was so just a recipe for disaster, right? It really is a recipe for disaster. And it was exactly that. It was so shambolic.
I want to ask you about the autism side of it. You made a passionate plea the other day saying that you want the rapper Gigs, you want Dubois to reach out to him. Obviously, I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but I do know a bit about autism, and I know from what I know, autistic people, and again, I don't even know if Daniel is autistic, whether this is in the public domain or if he's diagnosed or not. I don't know, but I'm just basing this on what you said. Autistic people find crowds overwhelming.
That's not true. It depends where you are on the spectrum,
Okay.
right? Because I'm diagnosed with autism, right? But it's where you are on the spectrum. So I don't really have a problem with crowds, right? But sometimes I am very antisocial. But so yeah, it depends where you are on the spectrum.
Okay. Is there any way of this party that could have helped him, do you think, for the fight?
Yeah, it did help him. It helped him. It helped him get knocked out in 5 rounds.
Right. What is next for Dan? Obviously, everyone's jumping on this party thing, the whole organization type of thing, and the whole thing in the corner. All that aside, based on what you've seen, there's a very good possibility the aged rematch may happen now, based on what's happened. I don't know that could happen, but
I
if
don't think that fight will happen.
you reckon, based on what Dan's side or AJ's side?
No, based on both sides. More so AJ's side. Why would AJ want to say? Why would AJ want to say, "I want to correct that wrong"? I don't think he needs to correct that wrong. What I would say is this: what I can see right now happening, as I said, I'm sure that certain people will get their P45s, not deservedly getting it, but I'm sure they will. But I think the person that could benefit Daniel Dubois at this stage would be Teddy Atlas. Reason being, because Teddy Atlas wouldn't take the shit of all of this nonsense. He wouldn't, right? Teddy Atlas would not be taking none of this rubbish. You're having a party, you're having a laugh.
Mm.
That's what I believe.
Do you think Don would have known about this party?
Who done?
The trainers, the managers, all the other people. Do you reckon part of the community would they have known about this party?
Sorry, 1 second, Joe. Yeah, go on, mate. Sorry?
Yeah, the question was, do you think the training team would have known about this pre-event party?
Of course they would have.
Okay. Do you think they were there?
No, they weren't. Don and those were they were in the stadium waiting for Daniel to arrive.
Okay.
But the thing about it is this, they can't be in control of nothing, right? The dad is the person that orchestrates all of these kind of things, and whoever's advising them. I know Chris Nathaniel was acting as his manager as well, right? I know Chris from way back. You know what I mean? Cool guy. But I know all of that. That's the dad's goings, right? That's what the dad does, right? Which, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely ludicrous. It is. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous, and it's kind of sad because I actually really do feel sorry for Daniel Dubois, right? Because I'm not knocking the dad for what he's done. I said to you yesterday on that fantastic interview that I did with you that the dad should be commended. First time in British boxing history that we have brother and sister becoming world champions at the same time, and that's all down to the father. That's right. But the dad, what is like Daniel Dubois is living the father's vicarious dream, right? I think if we support Daniel Dubois to one side and say, do you actually really want to box? I don't think he actually really wanted to box. But when you do have a young child and you plant that seed and you put them into that direction, that is all that they know. Remember, they did no schooling. They were homeschooled, right? So they were never sociable with anybody. They were always in the gym. Always. But then at the same time, they've been isolated. They've been this child star. Like I said, the dad is literally Joe Jackson.
It's a obviously me as an outsider just listen to what you're saying. It's a difficult one because on one hand we've got everyone's going to be slating the father now for this pre-party etc. and the corner work, but the facts are two of his kids, the way he's raised them, have become world champions, which is like you said that it's a one-off. So
But why not?
where do you kind of draw the line? Because technically speaking, he's been successful and he's a proven successful record, but are people maybe just highlighting what's happened because he's lost?
No, because people were highlighting this to me way before. It's just that you've now lost, so it's going to be perpetuated even more. But
If
like
you're
I
his
said,
dad, you could say, well, we're winning. Do you know what I mean we've made money, we've won world titles, so screw the lot of you.
mm, is it the fact of you winning world titles and money, or is it the fact that you wanted greatness for your son? Think about it. Because what I do realize is this. You know what I mean? When you compromise who you are, that compromise will compromise you, right? Um, and I know a lot of people compromise themselves because of the commodity in Daniel Dubois and where they thought that he was going to go, right? They compromise themselves and they're regretting the compromisation now. I know that for a fact.
Okay. That's pretty much it. I think we'll kind of leave it to the fans to kind of decide what they think of the situation. But it is worth putting the other side of it across that whatever he's done and however he's done it, it's been a successful release.
It has been. No, wait. If the end result was just to say, well, we want to make paper and all the rest of it, no, the biggest fight of your life, yeah. You know when you can feel satisfied? You could do things, right? I'm going to explain to you. You could do things, especially in boxing, you could do things. But if you know that, you know what? I gave it my all, I gave it my all and I came out second best, you can live with that, you know that. You can literally live with that. But if you know that you've done preposterous, stupid things and it didn't work out for you, that's a very bitter pill to swallow, right? I'm telling you, I can speak. When you've given everything that you've got inside of you and it didn't work out, right? You know that you didn't cheat yourself. But in hindsight, when you sit back, you say to yourself, "Oh boy, why the hell did I have a party before the fight?" You know what I mean? Why on earth didn't I just listen to my trainers? Why on earth did I have so much of an entourage there? Why on earth did I have? You start questioning these things, then that's becomes a bitter pill to swallow. I'm telling you this now. But if you've done things and you've done things with integral meaning behind it, right? If you've done that and you was to come second best, then you could actually live with it. It'd still be a bit sore because nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to lose. But if that's the case, then you can position yourself to say, well, then people think it's the winning and the losing in the ring. It's not. It's not even about being a champion in the ring. It's about being a champion in life. And are you championing life? That is the major thing. Are you championing life? So we shall see where all of this goes to. You know, like I said this before, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I'm not here to gloat because previously me and the dad had beef and all the rest of it, because it's kind of funny. The dad actually sent me a message yesterday. Dad sent a message of congratulations of Brad Young signing to Banyanis Football Club. He actually sent me a congratulations message, right? Which I have to give him ratings for. I was saying, you know what, fair play.
I
But
take
I
it
did
to watch the interview.
more than likely. But what made me so, but then also I put that up on my story on my WhatsApp. And Dad sent me a message to, you know what I mean, that's of congratulations. And then because I didn't reply to him, he deleted it. But you sent it to me. And we haven't had any words or to each other since September. When your son got the victory over Anthony Joshua, you kind of trying to rub it in my face. And I was saying, like, bro, I'm telling you, I don't think you understand how this thing goes. You know what I mean? This winning and losing thing, it's winning and losing in life. And boxing is just an aspect of life,
Will
right?
you message him back?
Will I message him back? No, I won't actually. No, simply because I think he was a bit taken aback that I didn't message him back. He's thinking, oh well, and maybe that was his peace offering to me. Maybe that was.
Maybe he's offered the handout and then he maybe thought you ignored it and then he
No,
deleted
I didn't ignore it. I saw it and I thought I was kind of taken aback, like, oh, that's nice, but I didn't know. I didn't want to reply back, and you know, sometimes my head can take me. So I said, I'll just wait a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't wish the dad no bad. I just think what you've done, you should be commended for what you've done. But then you need to get real professional people to take care of things. As much as people who could complain about Anthony Joshua and like the people that he had people there, even though they could be dicks, right? Like Freddie Cunningham can be a dick sometimes. I'm just going to be real, right? In fact, he's a massive dick, right? Sometimes. But he's deliberately positioned there, yeah, to cut out all of this bullshit. Even though sometimes Andy Josh could be losing out opportunities and everything else and blah, blah, blah. What more opportunity you want? You're worth how many millions, right? But that's the reason why these guys are put in a position. So you get people like cop blockers, but they're needed because it seems like the world and his brother were in Usyk-Dubois' corner. And because he didn't have nobody who was there as a buffer. If Rich Khan was is the manager, he should have been there as the buffer to stop certain things. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to keep this thing 100 because Riz Khan doesn't understand black culture. Yeah?
No, you don't saw this. He said this earlier. I was just going to challenge it because,
Go on, challenge it.
well, not me, but I've seen a lot of people when you bring up the culture, the race side of things, people, jump on you. So just try and explain what do you mean? You're basically saying because he's not from the same ethnic background as Dan, he can't understand how to deal with him. Is that basically
No, it's not ethnic background as Dan. It's the same culture as Dan, right? Because
same thing? You're basically
I'll
saying,
explain to you. I'll explain to you, right? I have a dear friend. His name's Andrew Harden. He runs Your Golf Travel, right? Very, very successful man. Yeah, actually understands black culture, right? Reason why he understands black culture because he's been embellishing the music from when he's grown up through university, the people that he's mixed with, the foods that he eats, the people that he hangs out with, right? So he hangs out. He'll come in the hood, right, and come and eat in the restaurants that are hood-based restaurants. So he'll understand the culture. Riz Khan won't understand that culture. Period. You won't understand it. And that's not me taking, I'm not taking a dig at Riz Khan because Riz Khan's a very successful business person. So when Riz Khan's coming and seeing, well, Daniel's having a party before the fight, anybody else say, bro, me of the culture, I'm saying, no, we're not having that, brother. right? And there's also a culture to boxing. Riz Khan is not a cultured man in boxing. He's a cultured business person, not a boxing person. I'm saying, brother, we're not having this. I'll be telling them, no, we're not having this. But maybe it's the position where Riz don't want to challenge the father. But right now, everybody's going to be challenging the father. Everybody. And that's why I'm telling you, do not be surprised if they don't call in Teddy Atlas. Do not be surprised if Teddy Atlas don't get the phone call. Right? And Teddy, if you're listening to this, you get the phone call, I want my 10%.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping to speak to Teddy very, very soon. I might drop it on him.
Yeah, drop it on him.
Yeah, the last thing I was going to ask you about is what was it now?
Ooh, you want to phone a friend, Boxing King Media? Or do you want to ask the audience?
I had it in my head, but it's completely gone out of my head. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We'll let the fans, have their say. And this is it. I remembered. Brilliant.
Right.
Glad I remembered this. You need to let the fans know, Spence, because everyone was curious to know what on earth was in your pocket yesterday. Was it a pair of boxers, oversized handkerchief? What on earth was it? Because it's blown everyone's mind. I ain't seen nothing. I didn't notice it when I was interviewing you, but when I watched it back, I was like, "Geez, was it that big?"
It was an oversized handkerchief. That's what it was.
All right, so it wasn't a pair of boxers.
No, it was a silk oversized handkerchief, which I got from Tim Lewin about 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the comments. He blew a lot of people's mind, and I thought I've got to ask you that before I let you go. But yeah, that was it. So yeah, let's see what happens, how everything unfolds. But like I said, I hope
It shall be interesting, and it's always a pleasure speaking to you. It's been a lot. I haven't spoken to you. I haven't been on your channel for about a month and a half, and then I'm getting twice in a day. It's a lot. You know what I mean? Especially at this late hour when I need to be going to my bed. But I've got to actually pray Isha first, and then I'm going to my bed. But what I am saying is this: the more gratitude that you express is the more abundance that you shall experience. Express gratitude. You know what I mean? Because when you express gratitude, you're elevated. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for negative comments, positive comments, people impartial. I'm just grateful. Let people just tune in and let Boxing King Media keep on growing, and growing and growing and growing. Because I'm telling you, Mr. Boxing King Media, you're a good person, right? And your intentions are good, right? And that's what I care about. Are your intentions good? Your actions could come out a bit jacked up, but are your intentions good? Did you mean to hurt people? Did you mean to be? And as long as you ain't done that, then I can be cool with most people.
But you,
Right?
you didn't correct me yesterday either, Spencer. I dropped a massive clanger. I kept saying that Dan was on a 4-fight winning streak. It was in fact a 3-fight winning streak.
Yeah, I know it was, but the thing about it is this: I didn't want to correct you to be go like, right? I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be.
The amount of times I said 4-fight winning streak, it was.
Yeah, I know, but the thing about it is this: if I'd have corrected you, I didn't want to be smug, and that's the God's truth. Because sometimes I can be very, very smug, and I don't need to. And as you know, most of the things that we do are spontaneous. So I haven't got time to go on BoxRec to find out who fought who in 1937 and blah, blah. Like, I told you I have a superpower. I'm autistic. I have a superpower, and I'm using my superpower. And on that note, I can't wait to listen to Dom's interview. I'm going to listen to that tonight, and Johnny Nelson's.
The most powerful trait we have. You need power, speed. Let your imagination do the rest.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.